Hey Bat fans, it's McFarlane Monday. Going to be looking at a few new items for pre-order and a few more toys. So this is the new gray and black Batman. It's basically Batman Hush, just repainted. So if you missed out on that fantastic figure that I absolutely love, here's your chance to get it just in a different color scheme. I highly recommend you check this figure out. He's just as great in this color scheme, it looks like. Now on to the Batman 66, where we have this just bonkers Joker with this crazy jester hat and this purple cloak. I love the shiny purple cloak. I just think this is crazy. I have not read the source material this comes from, I will admit, but it does look like a lot of fun, you gotta admit. And what's this key all about? Who knows? But I think this figure would be a great add to your Batman 66 shelf for sure, and mine. Speaking of fun things that they are doing with Batman 66, we have Lord Deathman. Lord Deathman is an under-the-radar villain, but look at this guy. He's basically a Skeletor for Batman, right? He's a skull, or a Scareglow even. He's got a great cape. He's got a sword. He's got a huge belt. I mean, this is a great foil. This is great for your 66 collection. I'm definitely picking this one up. Now, this Bat robot, I'm not sure about it. I've seen a couple of spots where he may be on the cover, or, don't quote me on any of that. This is a really cool figure. These little pieces right here actually aren't weapons. They're pieces that go on his legs for blasting off. This Superman 66 looks great. Apparently this only appeared on the cover, but I can't wait to add the Superman to my collection. I love these pieces of kryptonite that he comes with. I've had the hardest time working Superman into my collection, but I think this is the one, aside from superpowers, of course. Now on to more toys that aren't McFarlane. We've got this Fangor from Masters of the Universe Origins. I've been in and out on Origins. I was a huge classics collector, so I've got tons of classics. I got tons of my vintage figures, and I'm kind of back and forth on these Origins, which ones I need. I'm really liking Vicor. Vicor, if you know anything about early Masters of the Universe, this is kind of like where they started. They thought they'd have one character that could change into anything. Instead, they just made multiple characters, which was obviously the way to go, and made them a whole lot more money in the end as well. But these are some new things that are out for Masters that may be worth picking up. I'll be thinking about them, of course, but I'm not sure if I need a Fangor or that. Now, on to Star Wars. We have some great retro figures here. This is a Return of the Jedi retro box. It's going to come with several figures here. A Royal Guard from Return of the Jedi, Mon Mothma, a Gamorrean Guard from Jabba's Palace, of course. Also, we've got Wicket the Ewok. Can't have a Return of the Jedi collection without him, or Admiral Akbar. It's a trap! And Yak Face, which a lot of, if you're building a Jabba's Palace collection, you've got to have a Yak Face. So here they are on card. It's just a great looking collection. A lot of missing pieces if you are trying to get your retro. And I can't say for certain, but I don't think Mon Mothma was actually ever a vintage figure. I think she came along later. I could be wrong though, but I think she came along possibly later in Power of the Force. So these are a lot of really cool figures here, and maybe you can fill some holes in your collection. I think they just look fantastic. And we are still celebrating a huge anniversary year for Return of the Jedi, so still important to have these out. I got to go see Return of the Jedi on the big screen this year, and that was a lot of fun going to see it again in the theater, I think for my third time over my life, so a lot of fun. And finally, I have not been the least bit interested in Marvel Legends until they made Retro Spider-Man, and now they've made these Retro X-Men. Specifically, X-Men 97, which is a new animated series coming up to kind of take off from the 90s X-Men cartoon. And these new figures look great. Magneto, Wolverine, Storm. They just look fantastic. I love the retro feel of the card, the animated color scheme. It looks as though in the animated series, the hairstyles and possibly a little bit of the costumes are going to change on these figures, but I think they look great. Look at this Gambit. He looks fantastic. Love him throwing the cards there. A little bit of pink trail that comes off of him, like Gambit sometimes does, like with his magic. I'm ecstatic about this Rogue figure. She looks awesome. So right off the bat, there's 4 figures that I'm really going to have to talk myself out of buying because I really don't need another line to collect, but I'm super excited about these. Here's Bishop. He looks great as well. So X-Men 97 is calling out to me. It's saying, hey, you really want to collect me? And I kind of think I do. I really like some 90s X-Men. So that'll do it for this week. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good one. Enjoy your toys.